Hi everyone. So today we're going to do some more practice with writing expressions, but today it's going to look a little bit different. So this is an example of what we're going to do today. It says the sum of 2/12 and 4/3. So right away, do you see any words there that you recognize as meaning an operation? So again, if you're not sure, you could maybe go back to your chart here. One really stood out to me. First, sum. What does sum mean again? That we are adding. So if we're adding, there has to be two parts that we're adding, blank and blank. So I'm looking for this word and here. This is going to tell me what's on both sides of my addition problem. So sum means to add. This must be one part I'm going to add and the second part. So then we get to figure out what this means. 2/12 and 4/3. It's written kind of funny. The sum of 2/12 and 4/3. So here's what that means, is that if I was to draw it out, you have 2/12 and 4/3. 1, 2, 3, 4. They want to know, what would this whole thing be added together? We're finding the sum. So we're adding 2/12 and 4/3 together. But that's not what we need to do. We need to write it as an expression. So I'm going to bring us back to our chart again that we created. And I want to draw your attention here. One of the examples we wrote was 3/19. 3/19. One way we could write that is with a multiplication problem. If you have 3/19, that would be like 19 plus 19 plus 19. But an easier way to write that is with multiplication. 19 plus 19 plus 19. How many 19s do you have? 3/19. 3 times 19. So up top here, 2/12. How could that look? And let's stick with multiplication because we could just do 12 plus 12. But multiplication is really the standard way of writing it. 2/12 would be like 2 times 12. What about 4/3? Be like 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Without having to add it, we could do 4 times 3. This says I have 4/3. We have to combine these two pieces though. So this is saying find the sum of this and this. So this is how simple it's going to be. I know here's my and. In fact, I could write it up here and we basically wrote the expression. So the sum of 2/12 and 4/3. There we go. That's the expression. The only thing I want to point out is you have to have your parentheses here, because otherwise it might be, okay, 2 times 12, that's 24, plus 4, 28, times 3, and that's not what it wants. They want you to figure out, okay, what is 2/12? What is 4/3? What would it be if you combine them? So find these first, that's what parentheses say, then add them. Do the sum of 2/12 and 4/3. That wasn't too bad, was it? Let's do another one. In this one, it is the sum of 2/19 and 8/19. What words stick out to you? Again, we have sum, meaning to add. And what is it that we're adding? Here's my and. We're adding blank and blank. We're adding 2/19. What would that look like? 2/19. There we go. Make sure it's in parentheses. Do this first. figure out what 2/19 is, and then add it to, how would you write 8/19? 8/19. There we go. The sum of 2/19 and 8/19. That wasn't too bad, was it? So for your practice today, it's going to be in your lesson 3 problem set if you have that. If not, you could just do it on a blank piece of paper or on your whiteboard. I would like you to solve 1D and 1E. So 1D says the sum of 3/16 and 2/9. And E's a little bit different. I didn't do a difference problem. The difference between 4/25 and 3/25. The only thing that's different with this is instead of sum, they're using difference. How would that change it? All right, pause the video, do your practice, and then when you're ready to check, come on back. Make sure you do the practice because there is an exit ticket today. Okay, have you finished solving? Let's check. So again, sum means to add, and the and tells me what's on the 2 parts. So the first one is 3/16. Should look like that. 3 times 16, 3/16. And 2/9, or 2 times 9. Make sure you have both of those in parentheses so the person who's solving knows you need to do this first before you add. All right, and E was pretty similar. The only thing different was difference, which means you are subtracting. The and still tells me what's going to be on both sides of the subtraction. So we're finding the difference of 4/25. There we go. There's 4/25, and it matters that this one comes first. Like if this was 10 minus 2, that's different than 2 minus 10. One of them would be 8. 10 minus 2 is 8. 2 minus 10 would be -8. So it matters which order. And 3/25. There we go. 4/25, 3/25. We're finding the difference between them. Difference means subtraction. How'd you do? All right, you have 1 problem for your exit ticket today, so make sure you get that done. Bye.